Welcome back, everybody. This is Eric here with Iraq Veteran 8888. Today we've got another How Far Will It Kill video. In this case, we're going to be talking about 500 Magnum, which is an awesome cartridge. I've got a special guest with me here today. This is Jon Patton with the Gun Collective.
Hey, everybody.
In case you guys don't know, he's got a really awesome news show that he puts on with all kinds of awesome things. You should definitely check it out. He was kind of passing through and visiting. We thought that we would take on this video. He brought one of his rifles down that is a really, really special 500 Magnum. Why don't you tell us about it?
Sure. So this is a TC Encore chambered in 500 Magnum. It was done up for me by a company called House of Arms, H-A-U-S of Arms. They're out of Colorado and they specialize in this type of rifle. So what I had them do, these normally come with a 20-inch barrel. I had them chop it back to 16 so I could throw my Bowers Verse 50 suppressor on there and then have a really nice compact hunting package. It's beautiful, really. I love it. You know, it's got this nice dip on here from Reaper Innovative Precision, I believe is the name of the company. And, you know, it's just a little thumper.
Absolutely. Well, we've already done a little bit of preliminary testing. As you guys know, the way this type of video works is we fire a given firearm out to as far as we can possibly shoot it. We actually have 600 yards at the farm now. What we do is we take a 3/4 inch baffle board and the old Army standard of if it will penetrate that board, it can cause a potentially lethal wound. So we use that as kind of a redneck science type standard. What we've done is we've already collected a little bit of data. We know that 500 Magnum will absolutely kill you at 50 yards, at 100 yards. I mean, a lot of guys commonly use 500 Magnum in handguns, revolvers, not handguns, but revolvers specifically, and in some cases handy rifles and other single shot rifles chambered in the cartridge to take deer at, you know, 100, maybe 150 yards. Most hunters generally are like, well, I probably wouldn't take a shot with a 500 Magnum past maybe 150 yards. I'm sure some people have done it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna back off to the tower and we're gonna take some shots at 200 yards. Like we said, we already got our rounds to impact at 50 and 100 yards. We know that that's lethal. We know that that can cause a deadly wound. And plus, we know people do it on a regular basis because guys hunt.
Yeah. I mean, I've actually taken, it was a 250-pound pig with some of the Underwood XP ammo. It's a 350 grain bullet. At 50 yards, I mean, that thing just dropped it.
Yeah, Underwood's really making some good ammo.
Right, yeah, it was great. So we know it'll do what it needs to do at 50, 100, 150. So I think we're gonna stretch it out a little farther than that.
Yes, we are definitely gonna stretch the legs. All right, so the round that we're using, this is Hornady brass with 39 grains of Vihtavuori M110. Guys, Vihtavuori's load data is always super, super conservative. We are above max charge. So I've got 39 grains of M110 stuffed into this cartridge with a 350 grain Hornady XTP. Pretty good all-around bullet. We're gonna break off the 200. Let's poke a hole in this board here.
Let's get to it.
Let's do it.
All right, so we're up here on the tower. We're gonna try our first shot at 200 yards. We've got a pretty strong wind going across here from right to left, so I guess let's have at it, right?
Whenever you're ready, man, just go ahead and send it in. Yeah, we got a like storm front coming in on the East Coast, so it's just hellacious wind today. Couldn't ask for better than that.
Good hit?
Yeah, good hit. You put it, looks like you put it about 5 inches from where my shots were earlier.
Perfect.
Not bad.
Let's see what happened.
All right, let's do it. All right, John got a good hit there at 200 yards, keeping them all right here in a good consistent group between all the shooters. A lot of people are probably wondering why we bothered printing a 50 and 100. One of the reasons I want to do that is to see how clean of an entry hole that we got and how the exit hole on the other side looked in terms of how bad it's blowing out the back of the board. All right, so we got a nice consistent hit here. I'm going to go ahead and mark this. Okay. Yeah, everything's looking good. It pierced it, no problem. We're going to go ahead and mark this. Next, we're going to push this board out to 400 yards. We're going to double the distance. Now things are going to start to get pretty silly, but we're not done yet. What is impressive to me as a spotter, what I saw when John shot there, is the fact that the wind didn't really affect that bullet at all. It just lobbed right in. It just said, hey, I'm out of here, got right to the target, and it actually got there pretty dang quick too. The time of flight wasn't very long, so I would say that it's safe to say that if you zero your gun properly, 500 Magnum, especially out of a 16+ inch barrel, 200 yards is definitely doable. All right, that was good shooting on John's part. I'm gonna go ahead and take a shot at 400 with the little TC. It seems to be running just fine. That Bowers can's very impressive. We got 8.9 mils of elevation, which almost bottoms us out on this particular optic. We've got 1 second time of flight on that 350 grain pill at 400 yards. So I'm gonna see if we just can't go with a true 8.9 mil hold and just lob her right in. You ready, John?
Spotter's ready.
Okay, I'm gonna send it. We got a little bit of a dip in the wind, so I'm gonna try to send it while the wind's low.
I can't tell, man. It's such a small hole at this distance. It's hard to see.
I feel like we hit it, but I'm gonna launch one more and then we're gonna get on the Polaris and right over there and have a look.
Send it when ready. Look like we got a clean
hear
hit.
that?
Yeah, we got a clean hit.
Okay, all right, let's go have a look. We are employing a rather large piece of wood because, you know, we want to make sure that we can get these strikes on the board. So I'm curious to see where that was. I was aiming kind of center, sort of where our writing is. So let's see if that round hit where we intended it to.
All right, so Eric got a clean hit at about 400 yards. You can see it just punched right on through. The angle is nice and steep. I mean, that's a heck of a shot. Again, the wind kind of dipped down and, you know, it's punched on through. Let's keep going, huh? All right, so now we're gonna try the 600-yard shot with a 500 Magnum. Who would have ever thought we'd be doing something like that? I'm gonna be holding 15 mils highs. We dialed 3, and I'm gonna be holding 15, and I'm also gonna be holding 6 mils right for the wind that we've got going out here. At this distance, it is dropping 417 inches. Guys, this is a heck of a shot. Let's see if I can make it.
All right, I'm spotting for you. You go ahead. What's the time of flight on that, Chad? You ever figure that out?
1.7 seconds.
1.7 seconds our time of flight on this. Send it when you're ready, John.
Yep.
Good, consistent crosswind. Should be able to... All right, your wind hold, get rid of it.
Okay.
Perfect, perfect elevation.
Okay.
Your round, literally, that 6 mil wind value you gave it, it didn't even give a crap about the
irrelevant.
wind. Yeah, it said, oh, really, wind? What wind?
I guess that 350 grain bullet's holding pretty good.
It is. Get rid of the wind hold and sling it. You're gonna listen very closely for that, that strike.
That's a hell of a flinch.
You got it.
Wow! That's a hit at 600 yards.
All right, John, well, you were able to connect at 600 on the second try, third try there.
Yeah.
The round did hit all the way near the top of the board here, but the measure of this is whether or not we hit the board and whether or not the bullet went through. On everything from 50 up to 600 yards, the bullet penetrated the board and caused what we would consider a potentially lethal wound by Army standards, old Army standards, but still a standard to go off of. 600, 400, 200, and then 150. Now, accuracy-wise, it seemed like you could get like really consistent accuracy 200 yards and under in terms of like knowing exactly where you want to put that round.
Yep.
So I think the next question that I really want to know is, you know, sure, how far is it deadly? Like, how far can something kill? But it really comes down to the same old question that we get asked in every single one of these videos. How far can you shoot it accurately?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is a really, really long shot with that cartridge. It was never designed for this. I think it's time to see if we can hit a piece of steel at 600 yards.
I'll tell you what, yeah, we're gonna get this board out of the way, and just for fun, since this video's rolled along so effortlessly, I mean, we literally, each of these iterations, we've fired less than 3 rounds per. So I think that shows that this rifle's capable of some form of consistency in the way of accuracy. So let's back up, see if we can hear some steel ring with this thing at, like, you know what, let's just go for 600 yards, maybe 5 shots apiece, have a little fun, and just see if we can hit this 22-inch gong over here at 6.
That will be really, really interesting.
Let's do that. All right, so John and I have come back to the tower here. We're gonna lob a few rounds in at 600 yards to see if maybe we can hit the steel down there, see if the accuracy can back up the lethality. So the whole point of a how far will it kill video is to see if the round will penetrate the board. We were able to do that with some pretty decent consistency for the most part. You guys are probably wondering if they make a lever action chambered in this cartridge. They do. It's a Bighorn Model 89, but we're gonna just shoot this a little more. We've taken a couple of test shots just to kind of read the wind and kind of see where we're at. So I'm gonna take a few shots. John's gonna spot, and we'll see if we just can't lob a few of them in here.
Send it when you're ready, brother.
All right. Boy, that wind just picked up too.
Yes, it did. No clue.
It caught the limb.
Ah.
Yeah, trimmed a piece of tree limb off on the way by, so that's probably not helping. That's okay.
Oh my Lord. That's what I'm talking about.
Listen to that carrying energy, man.
Woo!
Hit. That's it.
So you're favoring the right side of the target just a hair, but first one was top, second one was right below that main impact on there.
That's it.
Almost.
I love the suspense. The suspense of not knowing if you hit the target or not. I noticed the wind had died down a little bit, and that wind didn't catch it. I am holding for the wind a considerable amount here. All right, we got a good strong wind. I'm gonna try that same hold and see if we connect here. That is a long dang way for a 500 Magnum. All right, last one, and I'm gonna let John try.
Nothing.
Man, that is a long stretch for the 500 Magnum, but I am very impressed.
Here we go. 600 with a 500. Man, that is a long shot.
You're not kidding, man. Send it when ready.
It's gonna be left.
You got it, dude.
Unbelievable.
Dude, it is
I tried
crazy
to call it. No.
how visibly moved that gong is down there at 600.
You hit that with a 223, you wouldn't hear it at 600.
No.
And it's ringing like we're 10 feet away.
Go for it, man. I mean, you do your part, it lobs it right in there.
Dang.
Dang. Oh man, looks like it hit just to the left.
Okay.
Well, you barely missed it too.
Got 2 more shots here.
Go for it, man.
Man, that's a heck of a shot.
Yes, it is. Whenever you're ready. Got it. Oh, well, you must have hit the It moved. You must have hit the hangers holding
Maybe,
it.
yeah.
The black hanger, because it did move. And I did hear just like a little whipping sound. I think you hit the plastic hanger holding it.
Okay. Last
That
round.
was weird seeing it. Go.
Last one at 600. Here we go.
One round to rule them all. Now your wind died down.
Yeah, I wobbled this thing a little bit here.
All right, your wind's picking back up. Right under it. You hit you hit a foot under it.
I'll tell you what, man, that is the longest shot I've ever taken with this large of a cartridge. Hey,
Cool stuff.
one hit is good for me.
Heck yeah. All right, so after everything that we've seen, what do you think?
I was actually really, really impressed. I mean, I was confident that it was gonna be lethal at that distance if we could hit. And I think we had some reasonable accuracy, you know, considering this setup. It's a 16-inch barrel. You know, it's not really meant to be a long-range gun, and we're shooting it at 600 yards.
I'll tell you what, is a really handy little rifle overall in terms of just how well it balances and carries and everything like that. So I definitely want to thank you for taking the time to come down and hang out with us.
Of course, man,
It's
of course.
always a pleasure when we have Jon come down to film with us. In case you guys don't know, he also does a lot of our slow-mo work. So anytime you see some of those really, really good-looking slow-mo shots, Jon's responsible for those. So he does kind of have a home at our channel here in one way or the other. He's kind of one of the behind-the-scenes guys that you see on a regular basis. So make sure you go over there and you subscribe to the Gun Collective. Jon does a great job with that channel, and it's going some really cool places. I'm really curious to see how it's going to grow for you over the next several years here and all. And thanks you guys for watching. So this has been How Far Will a 500 Magnum Kill? Now you know. 600 is the furthest we can shoot at the farm at the moment. There may eventually be a time where we can shoot these guns out to a little bit further range, but 600 does make some things pretty dang interesting. And in my opinion, 600 yards for a 500 Magnum, I'll take it.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's ever done that before.
All right, well, we may have to open her up to a little bit further ranges, but thanks for watching, guys. Jon, thanks for coming.
Of course, man. Thank you for having me. Guys, please go check out the Gun Collective all over the place. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Full 30, you name it, I'm there.
Awesome. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you next time. We're on the way.